Another issue that you mentioned is the Export-Import Bank. Can you
Yes.
explain first of all, what is that and how does it work?
What is it? Yes, well, that's a great question. And what's been really fun here in Sturgeon Bay is meeting with some local businesses that have been able to greatly expand their businesses because of their relationship with the Export-Import Bank. So the Export-Import Bank does what the name would suggest. It helps small businesses, medium and large-sized businesses enter the export market. And oftentimes you might think, well, why can't the bank down the street do that? Well, there's all sorts of reasons. Sort of navigating the export market is complicated, and so a lot of our local banks don't have that expertise. But I was also learning during my visit here that many foreign markets operate very differently. So we might expect, if we were importing a product, that you might make a deposit, and then you'd get delivery of the product, and you'd make another payment, and then you'd get it up and working, and if it works satisfactorily, you make your last payment. Well, in other countries, some of the financing is quite different. You won't get a deposit before shipping. You won't get a second payment right when it arrives. In fact, the financing might only be when it's up and running. And a lot of banks say that's not the way we do business. Well, the Export-Import Bank has expertise in many, many foreign markets and can do loan guarantees for local banks that want to just have a little bit more sense of security about it, or outright loans. But it creates thousands and thousands of jobs across the United States when a small business or medium-sized business can enter an export market, to start exporting their products. The demand increases, their customer base increases, and they hire more people here in the U.S.
It sounds like a great idea, so why is there talk about ending it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, sometimes it's hard for me to jump into other people's brains and figure out why it is that they would make this argument. Some have made the argument that U.S. banks ought to be filling that role, and yet I hear from small businesses and others that they simply don't have either the expertise or the interest in entering those markets without some sort of loan guarantee or other assurances. It seems too risky to them. And I think the other argument I've heard from opponents is based on a misapprehension that this is focused on loans to big business, and big businesses have the wherewithal to do this on their own. Well, I can tell you I was talking to businesses with as few as 3 or 4 employees, businesses with 10 to 50 employees, businesses with 200 employees, and they have benefited. In Wisconsin, the statistics are pretty much as follows. In the past 7 years, the Export-Import Bank has helped 177 Wisconsin companies begin to export products. Of those, 105 have been small businesses. So disproportionately, a disproportionate majority have been small businesses. And the involvement of the Export-Import Bank has helped create export markets for about $4 billion worth of Wisconsin products.
It's pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive.
And at no real cost, right? I mean, this is essentially a self-funding program.
Precisely.